Mm, mm, mm. Yeah.
Okay.
I know you feel that right there, Daonte.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old Carolina right there. You gotta be from North Carolina to understand that.
Right.
Don't fly.
Yeah.
Hey. Mm.
You can come out.
Yeah, tell her to come on outside. She good.
Yeah.
We'll bring, we'll get to that when we get to the end piece. She can come in on that part right there.
Yeah.
Just tell her to make sure she push that link out though.
Yeah.
I just got it.
Push that link out, Rachel.
Okay, I got you.
So they can see it. Cause you know you on deck, right? We're gonna set up there with you next week. Vanessa should be talking to you.
Okay. Sounds good. Yep, that's what he did mention.
Yeah.
I'm
With my man God. Side T, that's my favorite one. All right, shout out to Cassandra Cobb in the building. We got V-Jack doing a thing in the building. Tony M is always in the building. I see you taking them lows on there, Tony. Yeah. Y'all can't hear the music? Can you hear the music, Daonte?
I can hear you. Well, I can't hear the music, but I can see you dancing.
Oh, you can't hear it? Oh, hold on now.
I'm just watching you dance.
Oh, let me figure. Oh, I thought you heard the music. That's why I was sitting there telling them jamming. Hold on. Let me check this out now. Let me know when you can hear the music, okay? 1 second.
All right.
What about now? Nothing?
Nope. Somebody said, waiting on this backstory. I can't even hear you now. Oh, now the sound came back.
Testing. What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm not hearing you. Say something.
What's up?
Hold on. Jake.
There go the music.
Oh, you heard music that time?
Yeah, whatever you just did. Now I can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Yep.
Real good?
I can hear you now.
Like real good though.
Yeah, good.
Okay, there we go. Hold on. Let me know if you hear this music or not.
Yeah.
You hear that music? Well, shit, we gotta get that thing. You better stop playing. I couldn't just be jamming. You wasn't jamming. Oh, see, yeah, it done hit you already.
Yeah.
That's that Carolina stuff right there. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why I was bopping right there, Daonte. That's why I was bopping.
Yeah, he's feeling that music.
Give you a jab to the nose and make you say suck. I'm in the club, nigga, talk
with the long barrel.
When the music stops having singing, not Christmas carols. People hate me, man, I really do know why. They see the wings on my back and they know I'm gon' fly. So what the fuck's supposed to do? Just try to please people.
All right, now go back with the shout outs.
Remember, used to put newspaper in my tin shoes.
Nobody was hitting my shout out. Got Rod G in the building. My girl Danielle. Still hear me, right?
I see you.
Yeah. B-Jack is in the building. Yeah, you're right. Daonte was just let me dance, Vanessa.
I was.
He just let me sit there and bop. He ain't say nothing. He didn't tell me nothing. He was just like, yeah, we're gonna have. Yes, we bopping, feeling good over there. Yeah, it's all good though. Got Cassandra Cobb out there, Cash Connect. Shout out to Cash Connect doing anything. Yeah, y'all push that link out. Vanessa, push that link out. There you go. I get right with my man God. Society, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite gun. Go.
You the homie cause you always run it fucking home. Every day got a boy, your house will clap it up. Run my mouth
like a big booty bitch, I can back it up.
Try niggas on pickups just like they did at Jasper. Keep fucking around, your new friend is gonna be Casper. You gon' be in the casket, people trying to comfort
on it.
But so many hoes ain't taking can play golf for.
Oh, you like that? You like that, don't you, Daonte? Yeah. Daonte, you like that? I'm gonna have to send it to you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna send it to you. So you can rock that.
Fuck that shit, boy, I'm tired of being nice. White shit in your head, this mic is not a fucking nice. I keep the termites fed like a pistol, stay with some lead.
Like Marita, dog, I stay with some bread.
I lived in the trailer, not no projects. It's still gutter, but you couldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Tell out my snitches, had 2 fucking moms. Niggas tell me, goddamn, they drop the fucking dime. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch. Yeah, I'm ready to strike, but they don't fucking understand to get the bitch. Get that head, that
gun clap.
Just stop beginning of a new era. Say we're getting it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still ready. G5 legacy never in the bitch.
Product placement is so important. Shout out to the sponsors.
You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still ready. G5 legacy never in the bitch.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. That's called a new era. That new era. I know it's gonna look like I'm probably looking down this way, but I'm looking at my computer at you. So, but when I look this way, I'll make sure I'm talking to you directly. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, you're not hearing me again. Say something, Daonte.
What's up?
Why am I not hearing you? So you're hearing me fine through this microphone right here, loud and clear.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Is everybody else? Hey, somebody out there in the audience, tell me if you're hearing me loud and clear.
I'm not. This water's like 90 degrees right now. Where's Landon? Where's Landon? He's in the room. Just try to get him out of this.
Say something.
What's up?
And you can hear me. Yeah, everybody hear everybody both, and you can hear the music too, right?
Yeah, when you played it.
See, that's crazy. For whatever reason, I'm not hearing. I can hear the music, but I can't hear you. But it's all right. So I'm gonna listen to you this way. I guess I'll listen to you this way. All right. So everybody got it. That's all that matters. As long as they can hear you.
All right.
All right. I can hear you. All right. So now, the premise of that song, right? It's gonna lead me into this other one. I want you to check it out. Now, you see the shirt I got on you see the shirt I got on, right?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Wink and drink.
Wink and drink. Now check this out. Now, everything you just heard that groove, right?
Yeah.
Check this out.
Tokyo.
Hold on. Wink and drink what? A wink and drink what? A wink and drink what? Hit 'em, G. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to leave. I dig into my pockets, pull out my car keys. Grab my wallet, walk out the front door. Unlock my phone, open the app store. I need a place to meet and think. Found a brand new app called Wink and Drink. Yeah, it's Wink and Drink. Hey, it's Wink and Drink. Come on, it's Wink and Drink. A brand new app where people meet. Come on, it's Wink and Drink. Hey, it's Wink and Drink. It's Wink and Drink. A brand new app where people meet. You better stop playing with me. I'm gonna leave that alone for the rest of the night. I just want to throw that on you because that thing is heavy right now. That
put
thing
your
is
own
heavy.
spin on it.
Come on, baby, don't play with me, man. You know what I'm saying? It was my beat and music already, so it was just one of those things. It just kind of fit the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But hey, enough of that right there. Hey, everybody, I want y'all to tell y'all this is a special episode, and I know every episode is a special episode. But what happened was I was supposed to head to Virginia last week. You know what I'm saying? Things came up, things happened, and I didn't get a chance to make it. So I was supposed to do this in-person interview, you know what I'm saying, with Daonte. But like I said, things happened, and I couldn't get out to Virginia. So we kind of worked everything out. You know, I don't do shows remotely, but I think he's special enough that I can knock this out remotely. And I think it's gonna be a great show. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring in my man, fellow veteran, you know what I'm saying? Salute to him all day long. You know what I'm saying? My man, Daonte in the building. What's going on, D?
What's going on?
Man, just trying to be like you when I grow up. That's all I'm trying to do. You know, so this is the deal, man. I wanted to get you on because, one, to understand the concept of 5Cast. 5Cast is really an experience. And if you're ever in Houston, you know, the thing I want you to do is really come through and get the entire experience. Okay. But we're going to try to do a little bit of the experience. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get a lot of things accomplished. So with this, what we do is really about the show. The podcast is really about just all things, just whether it's business, you know, physical wellness, mental wellness, you know what I'm saying? Just doing better, being better, people giving their kind of experiences through life that can also help somebody, because like what we go through in life, a lot of times it's really becomes the playbook for somebody else who's coming up, you know? And I think one, you'll be a great example of doing this. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So,
no,
all right,
I need a haircut. I'm looking crazy.
Man, come on, bro. Listen, look at you. You good to go, bro? What you talking about? You good to go, man?
I need a haircut.
Nah, you good. All right, so this is how we started off. What I'm gonna ask you to do is just give everybody, just so, because you know everybody don't know you, just give a brief summary of who Daonte is. You know what I'm saying? And where you're at today. And what's going to happen is I'm going to rewind the tape back on you a little bit. And we're going to kind of start from back when you was a little shorter. That cool?
Yeah.
Okay, then. All right, let's make that happen. So if you can tell everybody who Daonte is and just a little bit of summary about you, just period, as a person.
Well, I'm Daonte. I'm just a humble dude. I've been through a lot. And I just always have a positive attitude about stuff. And I'm appreciative of everything. And I'm a little weird and ditzy when I want to be, but hey, everybody got a little bit of a personality. You can't be dull, you know? So I guess that's why people like me so much. I'm always just me all the time.
Hey man, it might be that thing they call just being a good guy, a good person, a good human.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a good guy until you cross me. I'll put it that way. But you know.
But you know what? I think that's about how everybody works. You know what I'm saying? as far as till somebody crossed them. Everybody's not a good person, you know. But I think what people are gonna understand about you is just, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people in the world, you're not just a good person, you're a great person. All right.
Thanks.
So let's go ahead and start this thing. All right. So now what I do, like I said, I rewind the tape on a little bit. So first question I'm asking you is, you know what I'm saying, any brothers and sisters?
I actually have 6 brothers and sisters all together. I got 3 siblings on my mama's side and 3 on my dad's.
Okay, cool. So shout out to all of them. Shout out to the Super 6. That's what we're gonna shout them out first. You know, so now as far as the ones that came up in the house with you, you know what I'm saying, what number is that?
3. I'm my mom's oldest. So
there are 3 pieces. So mom old. So you the one right there handling business, taking out the trash, watching the kids while she go to the store, all that stuff like that. So you understand that struggle, right?
Yeah. I got 2 little sisters and a little brother.
Okay, cool. That's cool. All right, so but let's take the tape back now. So mom and pops, let's see where they're originally from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got a phone call. My bad.
Oh, no problem. So mom and pops, where are they originally from?
My mama was born and raised in Kinston, North Carolina.
Okay, hold on now, What? Don't play with me, Daonte. Don't play with me, baby. You said Carolina?
The K, that's my mama.
You talking about Kinston? You talking about where Shackleford come from? Where Stackhouse come from? Kinston.
Yep.
Man, you better stop playing, man. You better stop playing. Okay, go ahead. I'm fired up now.
So she from Kinston. All my mama's side of the family is from Kinston. Like we go down there a lot.
Okay.
And my dad is from South Florida.
Okay, South Florida. Oh, shout out to South Florida. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to that too now.
Yeah, he's from the Broward County area.
Okay, Broward County. He tough then. Oh, Pop's tough. He from Broward. He tough. Okay, well that's cool. But hey, they tough from Kinston too. LaGrange. Shout out to LaGrange out there.
Yeah, that's where they met at in Kinston.
See, that's what I was trying to think about when we were talking about last week. When I was talking with the L, I could not remember for whatever reason, but LaGrange. I remember that place there going through there.
That's where they met at, because my dad was in the Marines and he was stationed in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And so he would go to Kinston with his boys, over the weekend.
So he was out there Lejeune, huh?
Yeah, and that's when he met my mama.
Okay, look at he done came up there on 95, hooked that left on that right on 117, slid through Goldsboro and Kinston. Yep. Boy, look at your dad. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Making that move like he did with his boy. You know how them Lejeune boys do.
Yeah, my daddy always said Kinston used to be my stomping ground, boy.
Oh, so he was out there at the skating ring too. The skating ring used to be hot back in Kinston now.
Oh yeah.
The skating ring was hot. Don't act like we don't know about that right there. Don't act like I don't know a little something. But all right, so mom and pop, okay, we got the background. You done told me they met there. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and make the tape. What's the so you the oldest at the house. So the next kid underneath you is how old?
Hold on a minute.
No problem.
I keep getting a phone call.
It's all, hey, man, you popping like that, bro. That is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to being popping.
Yeah. So you said the next.
Yeah. So you the oldest. So the one underneath you that was in the house with you is how old?
My sister Brittany is 23.
Oh, okay. Shout out.
Well, no, I'm 20. I'm 34. So she's 24. We're 10 years apart.
Oh, 10 piece. Okay, cool. All right. So that's gonna give me a good age to work with, and that's the reason why I asked that question right there.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go to let's go and hit them with so Pops was in the Marine Corps, so you probably moved around a little bit as a kid.
Not really. My dad, my dad and my mom broke up when I was like 3 or 4. So
okay.
I was with my mom most of the time.
Okay, no problem.
We lived in Kinston till I was about. My mom left when I was 5 and moved here to Virginia to get established.
Okay,
so
got it.
I stayed in Kinston for kindergarten, and then by the time I was 6 and was in the 1st grade,
right,
we was in Virginia. We first lived in Portsmouth, Virginia. That's where I met Derek.
Okay, look at you remembering. Boy, you remember already Portsmouth? You remember them days? Pretty good.
Yeah, Portsmouth. That was like my childhood. Yeah.
Okay. Oh well, shoot. That's where we're going. Then we're gonna hit the port. Then you better stop playing with me. We ain't gonna hit Portsmouth. You know what I'm saying? Look, we talking about. Oh, you down there by the scope and all that, right?
Yeah. I went to James Hurst Elementary School and met Derek there.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. We're gonna start you off. We're gonna get you about We're gonna hit you at age 13. That's where we're going. 13 years old. I want to know about 13-year-old D.
So
Where were you at?
So by the time I was 13, man, I was a little. We had left Portsmouth. We moved here to Newport News, Virginia.
Oh, you was in the news then? Okay.
Yeah, we moved to Newport News when I was 12. So
okay, got it.
By the time I got 13, I'm in this new city. I don't know these kids.
Okay.
And I was used to being sheltered. So when we in the news, I got around a lot of the bad kids and started to get influenced. And so, you know.
Okay, so hold up now. I'm gonna slow you up a little bit now. You said you were sheltered. So what do you mean sheltered? What do you mean?
I mean, because when I was in Portsmouth, Portsmouth is kind of, they consider it the hood now. But back then in the 90s,
yeah,
me and Derek and all of them, we got along with everybody. We would go outside and play like football, like street football, and play Power Rangers and stuff. It was just childhood.
Okay, so you were doing stuff like kill the man with the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was a culture shock for me moving from Portsmouth to Newport News, because we never cared about like how we dressed and all that. It wasn't
right.
We was just kids. But by the time I moved to Newport News, I was 12, man. I noticed a difference. I noticed, you know, baggy was the style back then, so everybody was wearing something baggy, and I had on these tight clothes, and then everybody had on some name brand.
Right.
And all the kids was cussing and stuff, and it was bad, and I wasn't used to that. So I was like, man, I got to get myself acclimated to this culture.
Okay,
so I got bullied for a while, but eventually
Okay, we're gonna get to that part where eventually what happened now. So I need to get to that number. So at 13, you were at what school? At 13.
At 13, I was living in Newport News. I went to Gildersleeve Middle School.
Okay, so you was at middle school. All right, so you popped in here. So you say Derek. Who's Derek?
Derek is my best friend. I've known him for 28 years now.
Okay, so Derek was the one you said you met when you came up when we first got to Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so did he roll over there with you to the news?
No, when we moved from Portsmouth, they were still there. So me and Derek lost contact for some years.
For you, okay.
I didn't find Derek again until we was adults, like out of the military and everything.
Okay. Okay, no problem. All right. So so we're looking at, so you're at the middle school. You're rolling around in there, and you said it's really a transition because, like you said you come from like kind of sheltered background, and just being a little different. In the news, they were moving around a little different. They moved a little different, basically. Yeah. You know, so and it's probably the typical thing, like we all go through. You know, as far as when we're younger, we underclassmen in a lot of cases. You know, they're gonna try to. You know, they always try to test us. You know, we got to earn our stripes in some type of way, right? Yeah. But besides that, what type of kid were you at 13 years old? And I want you to move forward because, like I say, everything with this, what we're gonna talk about is really in chronological order, and because I'm trying to gather something from you, so that's why I'm kind of need to see how you were at 13 years old.
At 13, I was entering my rebellious stage.
Okay, so, typical. Shout out to them not listening to mama. So many people didn't listen to mama. I don't know why the hell we did that, but my mom put them hands on me a couple times. I ain't take the trash out.
I mean, I was really starting to smell myself. I started gaining confidence as far as talking to girls. Like I had became Newport News, and so I used to be like shy and would write letters and stuff. By that time, man, I started to get real horny, and I was just like, man, I'm just gonna go for it. And I just got bad.
Hold up, D. At 13, you was feeling like that at 13?
Yeah, we all were. All my boys used to talk about it, how they was getting on, and I wasn't getting on, so I was embarrassed. Like,
okay.
And then, I just got bad. Like, I saw my friends talking to their mom in the kind of way, getting away with it.
Oh, in the news, right?
Yeah. So I just started, that's when I started, like, we would go to the store and shoplift all the time. We would smoke marijuana.
At 13?
Yeah, like the store Food Line, the grocery store, that was our spot.
So you in Newport News down in the numbers?
Yeah, I was no, I wasn't downtown.
Okay, all right, because you had to be strong in the chest to be down that way.
I was over there by Hollywood, Tire Stadium.
Okay, so you a little safe then. You safe because you down there by the numbers, boy. I'm trying to tell you, you had to be tough.
me and my boys Keith and
Yeah.
Kevin. Rest in peace to Kevin. He no longer here.
Okay.
But we would go to 7-Eleven and the food line, and we just would go in there and just steal. We was kids. You know.
Just take them out.
Yeah, we would get caught a lot. I know I did.
Shout out that you ain't know how to take right, but that's good though, cause you learn something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I grew out of that stuff by the time I was like 16.
Right. So look at this. Look at this right here. I see we got Earth 32G. She talking about Warwick Avenue. Shout out to Warwick. Yeah, old Warwick, boy. They got a Krispy Kreme donut over there too.
Yeah.
That light come on, boy. I turn that corner on. You know what I'm saying? I turn the corner on. But okay. All right, so cool. So the middle school, you kind of went through the rebellion stage like here. So ninth grade, that was high school, right?
Yeah, but that's interesting because by the time I went to ninth grade, I had went down to Florida for the summer to visit my dad. He lived in Hollandale, Florida.
Okay. So it was just a visit?
I went down there, and my mom sent me down there because I was being rebellious.
I see. I knew it wasn't a damn visit. You were gonna try to get me on that one, D. I knew Mama sent your ass down there. Cause Mamas, they usually gonna send your ass down there about 14 to 15. You got to go. Let your daddy deal with you.
She sent me down there with him, and so the first time I was in high school was in Florida. I went to Hollandale High School.
Okay.
And you talk about a culture shock. By this time, I'm used to Virginia. I'm used to Newport News. Now I'm in South Florida, and it's the language, the way they dress, dreads was the thing, and they got a whole different slang than what we got. So I had to fit in all over again, and I didn't. Like I tried to punk some dude in the ninth grade, and he beat me up. I ain't gonna lie. I was so embarrassed.
Hold up. So you went down to Florida and tried to whoop somebody down there.
Look, see, here's the thing. I was about 86 pounds and 4'11". I was about the same height as Rachel back then.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm some tough kid coming
from
Virginia. This dude was quiet. He didn't bother nobody.
But you know not to mess with them dudes, man.
Myself and impress girls.
Right.
But he was like 6'4".
Right.
And he played soccer and he boxed. I didn't know he was a boxer. So I'm sitting up here trying to punk this dude that's way taller than me. And yeah. He tried to walk away from me because, see, I was trying to show off in front of some girls. So he was trying to walk away. And I just kept messing with him. And then I hit him in his face and turned around and was like, who else wants some? I tried to be tough.
Ooh.
And I turned around and he knocked the lights out of me. Man.
Come on now. He put them cables on you.
Yeah. So I was only there. I was so embarrassed to go back to school after that. And I stayed there for like that one semester. And then I got homesick. I wanted to come back to Virginia because obviously I wasn't fitting in down there at first. So my mom. And so I spent the second half of my ninth grade semester in Virginia.
So
I went to Menchville High School.
So you went on back.
Yeah, and I ended up going to Menchville High School with the rest of my friends that I had already knew.
Okay, then. All right. So let me back up a little bit so I can make sure I stay on track, boy, because I can't wait to get the rest of the high school year. So you doing your rebellion thing. You and your boy D were down there. Now it wasn't D hanging out at 7-Eleven because he was still down in the port.
It was my man Keith and my man Kevin.
Kev. Okay, so you and Kev out there hitting 7-Eleven up. Y'all ain't doing it right. Y'all getting caught constantly. You smelling yourself. So, mom was like, listen, no, this ain't happening. The typical thing like we do, we try mama. Mama like, you going to stay with your daddy.
You know why she did that? Because I told her I'd come in the house when I feel like it one night.
Ooh.
Grab me by my shirt like this and toss me all around the house.
Hey, hold up. See, you forgot your mama from North Carolina, didn't you?
Yeah. She hit me with the broom. I ran outside. I called myself running away. I was sitting right on the bench at food line. So that's where I was at.
Right. Daonte, you can't.
I didn't want to cut my hair neither because I wanted to get cornrows because it was cool back then. So my mom was like, "You getting your hair cut?" I said, "No, I ain't. I ain't going to no barbershop."
Ooh. Hey, what's mama name?
Nika.
Who?
Nika.
Micah?
Nika. Nika.
Shout out to Nika for putting them hands on you, because I'm trying to tell you, boy, she represented all mamas from North Carolina. I mean, I know all mamas from all states do the same thing, but she represented North Carolina well. So okay.
And my aunt Eula May. My aunt
Oh,
Eula still
you
living.
you say Eula May?
Yep.
Boy, listen, if you got an aunt with a May in her name or a Faye in the middle, it's a wrap, bro. You came in for an amazing Fays. Shout out to all the amazing Fays in the world. Because they gonna back up their sister at all times because y'all be thinking you're doing something. Okay, so hold on, let me go ahead and roll forward. So went down Pops, you down there. Once again, another fit in. Because the first fit in, Portsmouth, go over to the news, things a little different. You had to do an adjustment there. Now you went down to Florida, things was different. You had to do a little adjustment there. Okay. Smelling yourself a little bit. You felt, I'm from up north, you know what I'm saying? Coming down here, I'm gonna run some things, put your hands on the wrong person. He put them hands back on you.
Yep.
Mess around, had to come back up to Virginia. Right. So you hit second semester in Virginia. So now this is gonna be important. So when you went back to Virginia, second semester, 9th grade, what was your dress code like at that time? Because you could probably confused because you was down in Florida for a minute and kind of got some of that stuff in you.
My dress code had changed by then. I had finally started to get in style. And so, yeah, back then, it was baggy, 3X t-shirt,
right.
Boo Boo, Sean John.
We talking about ninth grade, right? We talking about 9th grade. Yeah. We ain't moved on yet.
Talking about, 2002 time period. Yes. I
had
Air Force Ones, throwback jerseys, the stuff that was cool back then.
Okay, cool. All right, and we'll throw back. Hold up, we got somebody from the UK in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, but they got problems out of the UK right now. Shout out to Andy Dunlop from the UK, West Manchester. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you, bro.
I was at Mentsville High School.
Mentsville High School.
I went to 4 different high schools.
Hold up now. You don't went. You went to everybody. You went to Iverson School, Mike Vick School. You went to everybody's school.
I went to Mentsville, I went to Denby, I went to Warwick, and then I graduated from Heritage.
Hey, okay, so now let's kind of get into that a little bit. Because one, like I said, it's going to help us understand some things. So 9th grade year, you were at, what high school you go back to?
Mentsville.
You went to Mentsville. Okay, so you finished 9th grade there. 10th grade, did you start Mentsville?
I started the 10th grade in Mentsville.
Okay.
And what happened was we moved to the Denby area. So second semester, I wanted to stay at Mentsville because that's where all my friends was. I knew people at Denby because Newport News, so people, but I preferred to stay at Mentsville, but I was on Denby, so second semester, 10th grade, I went to Denby.
Right. Okay. All right. So you did that piece right there. So 10th grade. So how was it over there? 10th grade year.
It was. I mean, I knew a lot of those kids from when we first moved to Newport News when I was in the 7th grade because I went to Dozier Middle School at first.
Okay,
so
got it.
The kids from Dozier was at Denby, so I knew a lot of them. So it wasn't a big adjustment. I just preferred Mentsville because the girl I had the hugest crush on was over there.
Ooh, let's go and put her name out there. What's her name?
Her name was Maya.
Maya. We just do first names. That's it. Oh, Maya. Maya had D on fire over there. Okay.
Rachel, because I like short women. She was short, light skin.
Okay.
Real light skin. Yeah.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now 10th grade, you was over there doing things. So how were you? Like, what type of extracurricular activities were you doing in 10th grade?
Man, I was so into girls.
Couldn't focus.
I mean, I was in junior ROTC.
Okay.
So I was in drama.
Okay. All right. So there's the creative side. So you say you was in JROTC. Do you think you did that because did you just go in to do it, or your mom did she make you get into it?
I did it because I always eventually wanted to be a Marine because my dad was. So
okay. So you had that bug.
As far as my creative side, man, that started in like 8th grade. I put up a video on my Facebook a long time ago, or a few weeks back.
Okay.
A cartoon that me and my friend Josh created.
Oh, for real?
Basically, he drew. He's an artist, so he could draw things.
Okay.
And he used to always draw these animated characters because he was a fan of that stuff. I wasn't. So one day he came to school and he had a picture of Super Mario that he drew, and he was aiming at Mickey Mouse, who was on his knees crying. and he had like Pikachu from Pokemon on the ground dead with his head cut off. And he had another character from Dragon Ball Z dead. And I was like, what is this?
Right.
And I just drew it. And then I said, let me see this. And he gave it to me. And every day he would draw pictures right in front of me of Mario or different characters from different shows doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And after about him giving me 10 or 15 pictures,
right.
I could write. So I just would take these pictures and just write an episode to them. And we just created a whole series. And I got still to this day got 3 folders full of all his drawings and all 131 episodes that I wrote.
So you basically you have a great talent of, if you get an illustrator, right, you can put a story to the illustration basically.
Yeah.
So you have that creative sense where one good thing is, well, it's a lot of good things, but if you look at it, one of the greatest things that any child can have, you know what I'm saying, when we're small, is our imagination, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because at that point we're thinking about things that we don't have as a kid. So we'll take a plane and we'll make it fly.
Yeah.
Or we'll take a train and we'll say choo 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 choo, because that's the creative sense of us, and we're supposed to have those things. And those things are really not supposed to ever leave. Honestly, because go ahead.
That's why I still held on to all that. I don't have this stuff since the year 2000. So 21 years.
Well, hold on to them, because they probably gonna be very useful. I guarantee you.
Tried to make it into nothing is because all the characters are owned by other entities. Can't use that. And I also had the idea of a TV sitcom. I never wrote it down, but it's all in my head.
Hey, start putting the stuff in pads, man. You know, them pads at Walmart don't cost, but you know what I'm saying, 50 cents. Man, go ahead and start putting that thing down. One, because I'm sure you have a lot more in there as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So let's go to our senior year. All right, it's 12th grade year. What school we at that point?
So senior year was 2004, 2005. I was at Heritage High School. I went there in the 11th grade, and I finished out high school there.
Okay, so now at that point, 12th grade senior year, were you still girl crazy?
Yeah.
No sports, just JRTC.
Yeah, just ROTC, and that's when I got heavy into drama and started doing plays and stuff.
Okay. So tell me about some of the characters that you played in the different plays.
One time I did Romeo and Juliet. I was Romeo.
Okay, shout out there, Romeo. Now you had to be good to be Romeo now, because everybody couldn't get that part.
We did the Wiz, the black version of the Wizard of Oz.
Hey, come on, bro. That's what we had to do. The Wiz.
Michael Jackson.
You did Mike?
Yeah, I can't sing, but I was.
But you had to move.
A little bit.
Okay, shout out. Hold up. Shout out to the moves then. Shout out to the moves. Okay.
Yeah, by that time I was kind of ready to transition to the real world. So I was still in the girls, but I was also focused on what was ahead, because I knew I wasn't a school person. Like I ain't never been all that book smart, so I had to do something. And so my plan was to go to the Marine Corps, but my mama had a fit about that. She had a fit.
So what you do? You slipped and took the ASVAB while you was a senior?
So I talked to the recruiter. I was only 17, so he had to talk to me. And she cut him out and had a fit. And so I gave up on it for a minute. Until what happened next, but you ain't got that far yet. So. Okay,
all right then. All right, so you're 17 years old. You graduating high school, right?
Yeah, my dad came. My mom
Pops came up. Was he still in the Marine Corps at the time?
No, he retired in the year 2000.
Okay, all right. So he retired in 2000. This is about 2005, right at this point now. So he's been 5 years on the retired side of things, or whatever. He's at his son's graduation, and I'm sure he's talking about Marine Corps. I'm sure he's saying that, out of his mouth.
He didn't really talk about that. He just said, "I think you should come live with me." And so that's when
down in Florida.
Yeah, that's when I was 18, I moved from Newport News down to Hollandale, Florida. And so to this day, I consider Hollandale home. Like whenever I say I'm going home, I'm going
to Florida. You're going to Florida. Okay, so you down there with Pops, 18 years old, graduate down there with Pop. What's going on down there? What you doing? What you working on? What you got doing?
Man, when I first got down there,
yeah.
But my dad told me, I'm gonna get you a phone. But man, you can have whatever girl in here you want. Oh man, look, I got down there. See, when you down there and they don't know who you are,
you popping.
You get attention.
You popping.
I had girls, man. I really started to smell myself when I was 18 because I was really starting to get attention. I had a girl, a steady girlfriend that I would always, that every time my daddy would go to work,
right,
I'd bring her to the house,
right.
And because he said I could have girls. So
okay, you just doing what Pop says you could do.
But then he started having no problem with it because he was always over there.
Okay, got it. So they were homesteading. So Pop was like, no, don't.
Because I had a singular phone, but I wasn't working nowhere because my daddy was always giving me money. So I always had some money.
Right.
While he started really getting on me, like, you need to start getting a job. Because I was running up the phone bill because I had so many girls calling and I had phones I was buying. Because I had the little flip singular phone.
So the minutes was killing you.
Yeah, so he was getting mad at me and he was like, he cut off my phone and said, you're gonna get a job and get your own phone.
Okay. All right then. So Pops, you know, like they say, first you my baby, now you that joke in the back room running up all the bills and eating all the food. Right.
Yeah, he still that drive in me that I needed to go get a job.
Okay then.
I went and got a job with my Uncle Carlos at this park. It was this like amusement park called Boomers.
Okay.
My Uncle Carlos worked out there, and so he got me a job there.
Right.
I was making my own little money, but the thing about it was they had me working clothes, they closed at 2 a.m.
Ooh.
I didn't have a car. I didn't have a license back then. I wasn't even that good driver back then.
Right.
So I was depending on my uncle didn't have a car, so I was depending on my dad and my family down there to get me back and forth to work.
Okay.
And while they was getting irritated, like my dad was getting irritated with me calling him 2 o'clock in the morning to come get him. So that is how I kind of learned how to have pride, because I get tired of asking people to do stuff for you, and they get upset with you. So I started learning my own way to do stuff. I started learning bus to get to work.
Okay.
And if I couldn't get nobody to come get me at night or nobody from work to give me a ride, I would just walk to Hollandale from Dania Beach, which is where Boone was at. So I basically had to walk.
How far was that?
I probably would get home about, if we closed at 2, I probably would get home like 4:30ish. I would have to walk through like a couple hoods.
Okay, so you had to navigate yourself through there the right way.
I was scared. I had this gold chain on walking through these hoods, but nobody really messed with me. That's the thing. Like, yeah, Hollandale, it's the hood, but ain't nobody gonna mess with you unless you mess with them.
Right. Right. Mind your business and do what you're supposed to do. You good. Pretty much.
Scary people to go out there, but I'm like, it's cool. It's Hollandale. I've been here so many years. I know how it is out here. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. Just some people get nervous out there.
Okay. All right, cool. So now at that point, so you're back with Pops, you're doing the thing, you got your work, you're working with old Unc and everything like that.
Yeah.
So how long did that go on before you decided to go into the Marine Corps?
Well, I was 18 when I moved down there. So by the time I was 19, I had been working there for a while. I felt like I wasn't going nowhere because I was only making $7 an hour.
Ooh.
And nothing changed. So I was like, this ain't what I want to do the rest of my life.
Right.
So I met a recruiter down there. To go to the Marine Corps, and then my daddy had a fit, and he didn't want me to join. And I was like, "You were a Marine,
right?"
He actually came up to the recruiting office and cussed out my recruiter.
Oh, you know why? Because North Carolina. See, this is what happened, bro. Let me tell you the real truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They ain't tell you. They probably won't tell you now. So what happened was, old North Carolina, your Mama done told Daddy when he came up for graduation, listen, he can go down there with you, but my baby ain't going to the Marine Corps. Yeah. And if he go to the Marine Corps, me and you gonna have some problems. See, that's what the real conversation was. They ain't gonna make it nothing that deep. So I'm here to tell you right now, I ain't talking to nobody yet, but I think that's the real story.
My dad. Yeah, my dad kept saying, sorry.
It's all good.
My dad kept saying, my son ain't ready for the Marine Corps yet.
Right.
But I'm 19, so I'm like, I can still go if I want to, right?
Right.
And the thing about it was I just couldn't pass the ASVAB. That's why it took me so long.
Okay. Shout out to them ASVAB. Trying to hold people back.
It was the math part I had a hard time with because he went ahead and let me take the ASVAB anyways, and I just couldn't pass it. So I gave up hope for a while. Like the next year, I didn't even attempt. But it was in 2008. By the time I was 21,
okay,
I was like, I need to make the right steps,
right,
to do something with my life, because I don't want to be stuck in this hole where I'm making this little bit of money and they for it. So I was like, I got to do something different, and let me try to move somewhere where ain't nobody talking.
Okay, no problem.
Because
so okay, so that means you went into the Corps at 21.
Yeah, I pretty much hold on. Trying to go somewhere where it's quiet. Actually, I'm gonna go to my car. I'm gonna sit over here. Yeah, I was at Boomers. I was at work, matter of fact, and I had a recruiter. It was a recruiter out there, and as I was leaving, he stopped me at his car. He said, "Hey, man, what's up, man?
Right.
You interested in joining the United States Marine Corps?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I am." And then he gave me his card or whatever, and I talked to him for a minute, and then he called me, and I told him I'm gonna just do this. I didn't want to tell my dad because I didn't want him to flip out again. So I was like, let's just me and you talk. I said I'm having problems with the ASVAB. I just can't pass it. And so he hooked me up with this guy that was a tutor. I thought that he was just a tutor. He was actually a recruit himself, but he just was a man because he was like almost 40. So, but he sat down with me and taught me. He tutored me with the math, and then I ended up taking the ASVAB and passing it. And so then I joined. I swore in and everything, and then that's when I told my dad afterwards.
Right, and it wasn't nothing you could do at that point.
Yeah, he was a little upset, but he was like, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, you was man enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure some respect came above you. Okay. All right. So now.
My mom was upset too at first, but then she eventually, gave in.
About it. Okay. All right, cool. So now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing of basic training. I'm sure it's the same for pretty much everybody as far as it's just a shock because they wasn't in the service before. So how many years were you in the Marine Corps?
I did 4 years, 2008 to 2012.
Okay. All right. So 2008. Okay. So let's go ahead and move to your last year in the Marine Corps. All right. So your last year in the Marine Corps, where were you at as far as growth as a man? Where were you at as growth as far as doing things? And how was your way of thinking at that point?
By the last year of the Marine Corps, my way of thinking changed like drastically because I had been through a lot in the Marine Corps. I did a lot of growing in the Marine Corps. It's the best thing I could have done was went to the Marine Corps because it changed my life. I mean, I had some bad times, but the good times far outweigh the bad times. I met some of the people that I'll never forget about in my life. And then I also met a lot of my biggest enemies. And I was immature going in. Like as a young Marine, I was out there blowing my checks every weekend. You only get paid the 1st and the 15th. So I was always broke. That's how my credit got bad because I was out there taking out loans just so I could go to the strip club or go buy some Jordans or something because I never was good at money management at first. So I made my credit bad doing all that. I got suckered into these allotments that they do for military people and these car loans because I'm easy to influence sometimes. So, and I experienced racism for the first time really in the Marine Corps. Because you got to remember by that time, Barack Obama was the president, had just become president. So I would hear a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have heard as a black man in the Marine Corps.
Right.
It bothered me a lot, but you know, a lot of those guys in there are conservative, and so that's and it was so. It ain't the Marine Corps as a whole. It was just my particular unit that was real
Right.
segregated.
It's individuals.
Yeah, like my particular unit was very segregated sometimes. Like a lot of
right. So what was your job in the Marine Corps? What was your job in the Marine Corps?
I drove an amphibious assault vehicle. We call them Amtraks.
Amtraps. Okay, got it. So y'all would the back of the ship would open up and y'all would float. And, yeah. Unfortunately, I've we had to sling some guys out of the water. A couple of those things, the snorkel thing didn't work too well and it sunk. And
yeah, but I got called the N-word straight to my face for the only time in my life ever in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but I learned so much from there. I gained
right.
so much skills.
Right. So that's what I want to highlight on it. Because one, I'm sure you went through more than enough horror, you know what I'm saying, and things like you say, experiencing racism and stuff like that from individuals and stuff like that. The growth that came from that. And that's why I really kind of went to that the last year before you got out, because I know you went through a lot, right?
Yeah.
You know, but usually what happens is, and that's why I ask people how long they've been in, usually that last year before they got out, you would have grown so much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of times your mind is made up about a lot of things and you've seen some stuff, you learn to compartmentalize some things like that. You know, and I just want to really kind of see like, how did you grow from that? And what was your thought process?
Yeah, I didn't even want to get out for real. I just wanted to switch jobs and they was giving me the runaround. So I just got out.
You got on out?
I was on my way. Like I think I was about to pick up sergeant right before I got out. I ended up picking it up anyway. But, you know, I feel like had I stayed in, I'd have been in over 10 years by now. I would have been at least a gunny or something, or E7 by now.
Right.
But everything happened for a reason. So
definitely, that's the way it happened the way it's supposed to happen.
I learned a lot. Like I gained so much skills. I gained so much more confidence, and I created so much more opportunities for myself doing that. Because for one thing, I'm taken care of for the rest of my life.
Right.
And it's because of my background that I'm able to get better jobs and better opportunities.
Right.
And
definitely.
If I would have made that decision, who knows? Right.
Okay. So now let's go ahead, just like we did with high school. Let's go ahead and talk about getting out. So let's say now ETS has happened. Well, you told me Florida was home, so I can imagine you went back to Florida, right?
No, I didn't go back to Florida when I got out because I had been away from my siblings, my younger siblings, for so long.
Okay, got it.
And they were growing up without me, especially my little brother. And so I kind of wanted to be near them. So I came back to Virginia instead.
Okay.
And I went back with my mom for a while.
Okay, shout out, went back to the Carolina house.
But sometimes I question, to this day, sometimes I still question what my life would have been like if I had just gone back to Florida. Because there was some points of time where I felt like my mama had become too dependent on me and got too comfortable with me being there.
Right.
And just kind of, I became the disciplinary in the house as far as the kids, the siblings. I became almost like the provider in a way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As far as buying certain things, and like Christmas time come around, I'm the one that became expected to get them what they wanted. And I made that mistake by spoiling them, because now they all grown and they are ungrateful when you get them stuff. You know, now they won't take certain things. They expensive. It's they taste it too expensive. And then my mama can't afford what I can afford.
Right.
So they look like they just ungrateful. I don't like that, because I wouldn't like that. But that's my fault, because I spoiled them so much when they was kids.
Right. So
now they only used to top-notch stuff because of me. And so, yeah, I did that.
Okay. Well, shout out to you admitting what you did. I mean, you know, sometimes people won't admit it. You know, and we do that. We will try to give people, whether it's our kids or whether it's our siblings, you know, the things that we probably didn't get or we wanted, and we feel like because we're in a position to do those things that we do, and sometimes it can be good, or sometimes it can cause resentment.
But I also don't think I think that I made the right decision to come here because I don't think that I would have grown as much had I
Right.
went back to Florida. Because when I was down there, I was always in the strip clubs. And
Mm.
I got addicted to casinos down there. I got a gambling problem because of that. Because when I was 21, my uncle took me into Mardi Gras Casino right there
Right.
on in Hollandale. They know where it is,
Right.
and I hit the jackpot. And ever since then,
You've been looking for that same jackpot.
I don't gamble small. Wherever I go, I max. I'm
go
either
hard.
gonna lose or I'm gonna win. And that's just how I play. So if I'd have been living down there, I would have lived in that casino.
Oh, for real?
So I came here to kind of get away from that.
Right.
And now they done put a casino here, so it's like
stay away from that thing, man.
I already don't want a jackpot in there.
I feel you. Okay, all right. So you got a Marine Corps, you back home. It's your siblings, so you're back there, you're making sure they're getting some things that they, you know, that you wanted them to have. Okay. You said you created a monster, Okay, you self-admitted that.
With that and behavior, because by this time I'm a grown man, so
right.
I kind of would get an attitude with my mama a lot when she talked to me a certain way. And they picked that up. And so now they all get disrespectful with my mom here and there.
Oh, for real? Oh no, man.
I be having to discipline. I be having to come at check them, and now like my baby sister, still to this day, got some kind of hostility towards me because I was hard on her.
Hold up, say that part one more time.
I said my baby sister now still like holds a grudge against me because I was real hard on her, but I've been hard on all three of my siblings.
Right.
She just take it some type of way, and now she grown, so she think so whatever.
Okay, hey, she'll get over it.
Yeah,
little sizzle on the spirit. They get it over it. All right. So at that point, you got out of the Marine Corps. What year was that?
2012.
So 12 piece. Okay. All right. So 12 piece. So you got back. You know, with Mom Dukes. Where'd you start working when you first got out?
The first job I got a week out of the Marine Corps was at Big Lots.
Okay. Shout out to Big Lots now. Everybody done got a damn patio set or something for them now. Don't act like y'all ain't too big and y'all ain't
pretty much got hired there the same day I applied. And then after that, I worked at Big Lots for like a month, and then I got hired at Target.
Right.
I started working at Target doing this overnight unloading the truck and stocking the shelves.
Okay, so you picking up skills. See, so you talking about the jobs, and I'm asking for these reasons because one, like I said, when we get to the end of your story, I'm gonna have compile all this information, and one, it's gonna make so much sense. So I kind of spit out what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right, so you did Target, you did some stock and stuff like that. Okay, because you know in shape, you fit, veteran.
And this was all in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, 2012 to 13, because I stayed at Target for about a year or so. And so I did that, and then January of 2014, I got hired at this gated community, where it was like a bunch of high luxury houses.
Yeah.
And I got hired out there as a security officer.
Okay.
It's called Ford's Colony in Williamsburg.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Ford's Colony. We got a couple hours out there.
I was out there I stayed there for 4 years, actually. I started as a graveyard shift patrol officer. I was driving my little police car around. And then eventually I started working in the guardhouse with the women. And so I became I became like I could do it all. Like so.
Right.
And then I was there. I also went back to Target briefly while I was working there. So I kind of had 2 jobs for a minute because I just wanted the extra money.
Right.
And then in 2017, I think I got hired at Walmart Distribution Center as a truck driver. So Target
as a what?
like a forklift driver.
A forklift. Okay, got it. Forklift.
So Target made me leave because I wanted all 3 jobs, but Target was like, "You can't work for us and Walmart."
Right.
I was like, "It's the warehouse. I ain't working at the store." But they were like, "Yeah, you can't work for us."
You working with the brand, you know.
So I said, "Well, if y'all gonna pay me what they gonna pay me," they said no. So I left Target.
Shout out! You make great. Your decision making is great. That's good.
So then the security job, I became a part-timer briefly because I was making more at Walmart.
Okay.
So they didn't want me to leave though, so I agreed to stay, but I said I can only stay part-time. But I just did not like Walmart distribution center. I just didn't like it. I hated driving the lift. I kept running into stuff and dropping pallets, and you got to work on production there. So if you don't make your production, you get rid of it. I just couldn't do it. So my security job offered me more money to come back full time.
Right.
So I took the pay raise and went back there full time.
Okay, so you were back there doing a thing, full time security. So, you know what I'm saying?
I worked there until April of 2018, and then that's when I got hired at the shipyard.
So go ahead. I was wondering when you gonna name something about the shipyard now, because everybody using the news around that area hit that shipyard at some point.
Yeah, so I got hired at the shipyard, and that's where I'm currently working at now. I've been there 3.5 years now.
Okay. So now, so you were at the shipyard doing your thing. What can you say what you do, or you can't?
Well, my job title is structural welder.
Okay.
However,
your weld game strong. You know how to weld?
I don't really weld. That's just my job title. Like I went there for that job. I went to welding school, and I didn't make it through welding school. So instead of them firing me, they just kept me around and they kept me in the welding department. That's why I got that name. But a linesman, my job title is linesman. Basically, what I do is assist the welders with whatever they need. Or if the certain jobs got to be a certain temperature before they can weld on it. So we got these things called heater bars. That's where I come in and install the heater bars wherever they got to go. And sometimes that'll take me a few minutes. Sometimes if the job is big, it'll take me all day. So, but I get all the same pay as the welders. I get the same benefits as them. I just don't have to weld.
For real? Boy, you getting paid out there, boy. That weld game's strong. If you getting paid what welders get paid, bro, listen, the weld game is strong.
Only thing about that job is mine in particular is if they don't have nothing for me to do, the day is just long because you got to just walk around and stay out of sight.
Okay, well, stay out of sight and make that money.
Yeah.
I know how to walk around and make that welding money at the shipyard, you know. Okay, well that's cool. Okay, so you doing that. So evidently somehow the drama world picked up. You know what I'm saying? You said you was it's sort of drama as far as like drama class and acting and stuff like that. So you wasn't just welding, then you get into something else. And how did that come about?
You talking about the show?
Was that because that's one of the events that happened in your life.
Yeah. So I met her while she was in prison.
Okay, so let's talk about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk. Like I said, we're not gonna talk about the show, but we're gonna talk about your life.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're welding. How did you just so happen to meet somebody that was locked up or whatever? How did that even come about?
Well, I mean, I always had by the time I was like 26, I was kind of really ready to start slowing down as far as the romance department.
Okay.
Because prior to that, I ain't gonna lie. Prior to that, I was arrogant. I didn't care. I knew I'd get a girl. It wasn't nothing to me. I was just having fun. But by that time, I was ready to chill. And so I just kept trying to meet people. I kept getting friend zoned or just
shout out to the damn friend zone, boy. You tell them how you feel about them. They be like, oh, you're so cute.
So I did end up I would meet a few people like that would lead you on to think it's gonna be something, and then they'll change up on you or something.
Right.
I'm already shy as it is, so hard for me to meet people as it is. So
right.
Prior to them, prior to Nicole and my ex before her, I was actually engaged to an Asian woman that was 12 years older than me. I met her off of my sister, my dad's youngest daughter, because she was overseas in Taiwan teaching English. So I would see her on Facebook with this Asian woman, this Filipino woman, and I was like, Autumn, who is that woman?
Right.
He was like, oh, that's Sherry. And so I would start liking Sherry's pictures or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually I friend requested her and she accepted it. And then she jumped in my DMs and started talking to me.
Oh, shoot. She done dove in the DM.
And I thought at first, I was like, I ain't never going to have nothing with this woman. She live in Taiwan. I'm over here.
Right.
But we talked for so much. We really started to fall for each other. So that's when I went and got a passport.
Okay.
And flew over there for the first time. And she was good to me. Like Sherry, she was 12 years older than me. She didn't look like it. But she was.
Okay.
And it's crazy because that was a real long distance relationship. Like she on another continent. But I was never worried about her messing around ever.
Okay. So she made you feel secure and confident.
She was real good to me. But the thing is, man, we just didn't get to see each other that often.
Okay. Right.
I was there the first time. The next year, she flew here and stayed the whole month of April with me.
Right.
And then the last year we spent together, we were in Vegas together, and I proposed to her or whatever.
Okay.
But I ended up breaking that engagement off because after a while, I started to get, I was like, listen, man, you got to let me know your plans on coming here because I can't go there. And she was going through a lot of stuff, like legally, as far as her kids and everything.
Right.
So
definitely.
I wasn't trying to pressure her, but at the same time, I was like, I'm putting my life on hold for you because I wasn't messing around on nothing. It's years. So I'm like,
right.
You older than me. I can be patient and wait, but you got to give me at least a time period. I can't just be waiting indefinitely.
Right.
So I was like, maybe 2019, 2020, something. Give me something. And then she just couldn't. So I said, well, then I need to do what I need to do.
Okay.
And so it hurt for me to do that, but I just felt like it was the right thing to do at the time.
Man, you're a good guy, man. And shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? And I understand you had your guy phase. You're a single guy. You're doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? But, when you said, when you just said as far as you were getting a little older, you figure like, hey, you know what? Yeah. I'm ready to really just, love somebody and chill with somebody. And the fact that you were, being faithful, what I'm saying, in a really real life long distance relationship.
Yeah.
The continents, separated you. I mean, that's admirable. Just period. Just as a man. Very admirable. All right. Go ahead.
Then from that relationship, I stayed single for a while.
Okay.
But I guess I got to a point where I was tired of being lonely, man. And it was hard for me to meet people.
Okay.
And
you said it was hard because you said you were shy.
Yeah, like I would go out sometimes and try to meet people, but it's easier for me when a girl approaches me or if I can see the female making eye contact with me or giving me signs. If I see that, then I got confidence, then I'll come talk to you. But it's hard to figure out women.
Right.
So a lot of times if a girl is in the club and she see me and she interested in me, unless you come say something to me, I ain't gonna know it. And then I tried the online dating.
Okay.
But I always have problems with that because I would meet people that ain't real or people that ain't that can't hold no conversation with me.
Right.
Or I wasn't attracted to them or whatever. So the prison thing just came about because me and my homegirl named Rodnisha, I'm name dropping you wrong.
Okay, yeah, then Rodnisha, they got a name drop on her.
Me and my homegirl, she's a stud, by the way.
Oh, she's a who?
She's a stud, by the way.
Okay.
So we were watching.
Well, she Rodnisha. It don't matter. She Rodnisha.
So we was working my job, the security job at Forest Colony.
Okay, got it.
It was a boring day, and we were just watching a prison documentary about this girl named Centoya Brown.
Okay.
That's how we got on that. And for whatever reason, us watching that documentary prompted her to go start looking at inmates for whatever reason. And so she pulled up a website and was just looking at the inmates, and then she showed me one. She was like, "She looked too cute to be an inmate," and I said, "Let me see this." And I looked at it. I said, "She is cute." And the lady was like an ex-adult film star. So I said, "Oh, sweat."
Right down your alley. You know what I'm saying? You go Florida, club. Okay.
It gave you the option to send them a quick email. And she was like, "I bet you won't send her an email." She knew what that was going to do when she said that. And I said, "Who won't?" She said, "I bet." I said, "Watch me." And then I typed it real quick and didn't even think nothing else of it. And then the next week, I had a letter from this woman in my house. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, so you got the letter.
I took it to work the next day. I said, "Bro, you ain't going to believe this." And she said, "I ain't no more good." Threw her hands up. Yeah, that's pretty much how it started because, yeah, that was the first inmate I ever talked to. It just never went nowhere.
Okay, went nowhere. So, but just to ask about that particular situation. So did it kind of go back and forth? Did you sending letters?
She wrote to me, and I kind of wrote back, and it felt nice having somebody write to you all the time. But her thing was she ain't getting out to it 2030 something.
30 something. Man, you could wait. You waited for your lady in Taiwan, man. You could have waited for her, man.
She was just like, no, she was just like, "I know I'm not getting out no time soon. So if you feel the need to go mingle with other people, you can, as long as you let me know." So I did that, and then she got upset and stopped talking to me.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So she was your first relationship.
Yeah, it only lasted like a month. We ain't really getting a
month. Okay. So did you and your homegirl, did y'all jump back on the site again?
Well, once she told me I could talk to other people, I got interested. I was like, well, if I met this one and this went good, maybe I can find another one.
Okay. So what was that process like? You know what I'm saying? And I'm only asking because I'm just trying to see like how you were thinking during this time period.
I just thought I was so green to inmates and what they do to people. So I just thought that this was another way to meet women that a lot of people didn't know about.
Okay.
I'm thinking these people just want somebody to talk to. They in there, they probably feel like they've forgotten about. So
okay, true.
And that's when I found Chelsea, my ex.
Chelsea, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So you saw her picture and just said, "Yo, I'm going to holler at her."
Oh yeah. I didn't even pay attention to where she lived at because she was in Chicago. I just saw her and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Okay, so how long did y'all correspond, or tell me about the first message you sent to her? How about that?
I don't even remember. I just wrote something to her.
And you got a letter back?
Yeah, and I sent her pictures of me. And
okay.
We hit it off like that. She was calling me every day, and you
were running sending them butt naked pictures, were you?
Nah, you can't do that.
Okay, I'm about to say that you right there. You find out you had to send them butt naked pictures.
But I ain't gonna get too far into that because that's a long story. But
yeah. Oh no, yeah, no, we're not even gonna get into that right there. So okay, so you move on.
Yeah.
And so you go on. So now, you welding, you're doing your thing, and so what else happens in your life?
Yeah, I met them. Then I met Nicole because of Chelsea. Because Chelsea was doing some stuff that I wasn't happy with, and we was having problems. And
okay, that's cool. That's cool. So you met. You said Nicole. You said.
Yeah, the one I'm on the show with.
Okay, all right. So you met Nicole. So how you meet Nicole?
Because I really just needed somebody to get me over Chelsea. Because if I would have just left Chelsea, I would have still been thinking about her if I'd have just stayed single. So I said I gotta allow somebody to catch my attention and have my heart. And
okay, so I'm saying. So how did you meet Nicole? Like what?
Yeah,
picture. You got a picture or something? I mean, what?
No, I went on another website.
And
found her, and at first I wasn't gonna talk to her because I saw how old she was, and I said she's 10 years younger than me.
Okay.
And I said I ain't got time for that. And then I went on her Instagram and seen how she was, and I was like, oh no, she's too much like Chelsea.
Right.
But then I sat on it for 3 days, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna judge this girl just because of what.
There you go.
I'm gonna give her a chance. And so, even though she was younger, and I kind of already had doubts, I just I went for it. I'm a gambler. That's what I do. So and lo and behold, my life changed just like that.
Just like that.
Better and for worse.
Better and for worse. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So how did you get into reality TV? How did you get into that?
Well, I was already a fan of Love After Lockup, but I never wanted to be on.
Oh, so you already knew about the show itself.
I remember I told her about it, and she wanted to be on it so bad. Like, she kept pressing her, please email them. You need to email them. I was like, I ain't going on that show. You know how they make people look? I'm good.
Was she locked up or something?
Yeah, she was in prison.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I'll keep it real.
I just watch it. I ain't trying to be on it. She was like, no, really need this can change our lives. I said, man, you see how they make it. But I got tired of her pestering me all the time about it. So I was just like, just do this so she can shut up. That's the only reason why I did it.
Shout out to the breakdown.
I honestly didn't feel like we was all that interested. I was like, they're not going to choose us. We fought a lot, but not reality TV worth fighting. So I was like, obviously I didn't know a lot of stuff was going on that I know now. But I was like, whatever. I emailed them. I sent them pictures of me and her. And I told them basically. They called me 10 minutes later and
hold up, time out. You said you sent them an email.
Yeah.
And they called you 10 minutes later?
And fell in love with me, yeah.
but you saying she was still in prison?
Yeah. The person on the outside gotta be the one to make that.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like it's just like they were locked up at some time before in their life or something like that. Okay, then. So she was really actually somewhere. Okay, got it. So you talked to them on the phone because they hit you back in 10 minutes, talked to you, said, hey, no, we want you.
They fell in love with me just by talking to me. They were like, I was like,
was that this year or last year?
It was last year.
Last year? Okay. All right. So what was your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking from none of this is from a relationship standpoint. What were your thoughts at that point, just as a person? Like, so what are your thoughts? Like, Dad, these people want me to be on a TV show. Like, what were you thinking?
What? I was like, I was happy. I was surprised. I don't know. I was like, are we really about to be on TV?
Right.
And I was like, I don't know about this because I was like, they probably going to portray stuff a certain way because I know how reality TV works.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a life-changing opportunity. So I was like, I'm still going to go for it.
Okay.
Whatever negative happened to me, I'm just going to try to make a positive out of it.
Okay. How do moms and pops feel about it? How North Carolina feel about it?
My mama, they wanted my mom on the show. I didn't want my mom on the show.
Right. That's smart.
I was like, no, mom going to embarrass me, but they had to have her. So I'm happy that she did it. I'm glad my mama did this with me.
Oh, they had her on the show too?
Yeah, my mom on the show.
Oh, man, shout out there. I'm about to check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to check it out for real. Mom B, North Carolina on the show. That's what we're talking about.
Expecting is to be, quote unquote, the star of the show. That's what people call me. Expecting all that. It's just you kind of can't deny what's happening right in front of you.
Right. Yeah, you can't deny that. So how did that make you so this was last year, about what time?
This summer, probably July.
Okay, so July, we had COVID jumping off. This is jumping off. New beginnings for you. A little different than the Marine Corps and working at the shipyard and everything. So how was it? And what I'm asking is, how was it transitioning at that point last year? We're talking about right now, but last year, going from just the regular guy to going somewhere where there's cameras in your face and people recording you, or people coming to your home, setting up lights and all this stuff like this. Like, how did that make you feel? Was it surreal? I mean, what?
I was nervous at first, but after a while, I got used to the camera. See, the thing about me is I'm more nervous in person than I am when there's a camera on me. Like, for whatever reason, I ain't camera shy. That's why I'm posting myself now in front of the camera and stuff. All the stuff I post now is stuff that I would always do in private.
Okay, got it.
And was embarrassed to do it, but I see that I tried it a few times and people like when I do that. So now I share it. I just let people see it.
Ah, okay. Well, that's cool. Well, that's cool. I mean, you seem like a natural just from me talking to you. You seem
Yeah.
natural with it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you've been shooting for what, almost a year now.
Yep.
So you should be just like crazy natural with this thing.
Yeah, it ain't nothing. The camera don't even be there as far as
Right.
I'm concerned half the time.
Okay. All right. So now this is the big thing right here. So now as you transition to this, you've been doing it for about a year. So it has it been a couple seasons now, or just?
I only did 2 seasons so far.
Oh, so it's been 2 seasons. Okay. All right. So it's been 2 seasons,
The current
and
second season is currently on air right now.
oh, okay. So you already did it, but it's just playing out.
Yeah.
People hadn't seen it. What goes on?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So where does it have you at this point right here? Because one, you're gonna have to look at a couple of things, man. You know, I think about I have a couple guests on the show who like the dude like Van Johnson from Black Ink.
Yeah.
He's been on the show. Hollywood. He's been on a couple reality TV shows. And then we have David. He's the gentleman of Houston. He's been on Ready to Love. So I look at these guys and I see what they transition to as well. Because one, it's like anything, you know, when you do something, a lot of people don't want to get painted in a box. So it's really that, you know, maybe to think about other things, or if it's acting, it's acting. You know what I'm saying? As far as talking to the right people or talking to people who have done what you're doing, right? But not exactly in the same lane that you're in right now.
Well, my dream was to always one day be on Law and Order SVU.
Okay.
I got a character created for myself and everything.
Right. So are you taking any acting classes now?
No, I never thought I would be on TV to begin with. So now that I'm on,
you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about now. Now that you own TV now.
Yeah, I done created because you know Ice-T the only black character on the show. So I was like, I'm gonna be Ice-T nephew. You know, they call him Finn Tutuola, that's his name.
Right.
So
right.
Oh, I'm gonna be Jamal Tutuola. They're gonna call me JT. I'm gonna be Detective JT.
Right.
I'm gonna be a hot shot rogue detective transferred from homicide, played by his own.
So you already got everything written, man. Listen, you ought to definitely get into screenwriting.
I'm
telling you, do the treatments. I mean, you can make some treatments for a bunch of different things, man.
I'm gonna be Olivia new love interest.
Once you do skits, be like Country Wayne, do some skits. It can be on the serious side and not, you know what I'm saying, not in the comedic side. It can be on the serious side.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some skits with Jenna Shea whenever I go to Houston. She wanna do some skits.
Right. Yeah, definitely do that, man. And I tell you some of the things that I was talking to you about as far as really just kind of, you know, look at the business side of things as well. You know, and that was just my advice that I had to you as far as when you're, and this is only me knowing people who are doing what you're doing. You know, and some of the lessons learned they had. And I told you, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna text you. I talked to David. And you know, I want him to talk to you just so you can kind of understand things from the reality TV side and how it really works. You know, and you come out here to Houston, you know, you like I said, Hollywood, he's out here, real good, great guy. He's been on like 3 reality TV shows. And so he's learned a lot from it. And like I said, David's learned a lot from it. And definitely Van Johnson's learned a lot from it. In fact, he's in New York shooting Black Ink, New York right now. And he'll be back here next week. But it's just one of those things where you need to know how to walk in that business. It's different.
And my phone about to die too. I mean.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we closing out. We closing out anyway. So hey, have Rachel come in real quick. I told her she gonna come in for a second.
Hey, Rachel. Come here. See, my BFF.
Hey, shout out to the BFF. What's going on, Killer? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hey, good. Hey, I wanted you to know when I told him I sent him a text. I wasn't trying to leave you out or nothing when I posted, but it's just one. I kind of know how the industry works, and I didn't want to use your likeness on anything or whatever like that. So that's the reason why I did the post the way I did it. Didn't say anything about you because I didn't know what obligations or you got an agent, a manager, anything like that. So I didn't want to do that like that. But has Vanessa talked to you?
Yeah, we did speak briefly.
You better speak. Okay, I think she's gonna contact you again.
I do believe so.
But real quick though, but you in the Marine Corps?
Yep, absolutely. Hoorah.
Hey, I salute your service. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Both of you guys, you know. When I talked to him, I told him I'm an old Army guy. So I didn't get a chance. I didn't do the Marine Corps, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of my old Army guys. So and that's real cool. Hey, I respect and like what y'all guys are doing. I hadn't watched the show, so I do apologize about that. My show is really about the person. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I just think it's interesting that people are people. And that people, I think that people learn the person, you understand, this versus the character. Because some people get caught on the character and they try to treat people that way. I don't think it's right. So my thing is I like to give people the chance to kind of see, so everybody can see who the person is. You understand? And that way, let them look at some different options they might want to take as far as capitalizing on the situation that you guys are in. And I think y'all should be able to do that very well. Okay. So I appreciate you and I appreciate y'all time. And definitely you make sure you download that Wink and Drink if y'all haven't downloaded it yet. So make sure you do it. I saw y'all on the live last night with Big Perk. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna end right now with the best song in the world. I want y'all to check it out real quick because I'm telling you it's the hottest thing out here, and that's that Wink.
Wink and Drink what? A Wink and Drink what?
Y'all don't hear it?
A Wink and Drink what? Hit 'em, G. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to leave. I dig into my pockets, pull out my car keys, grab my wallet, walk out the front door, unlock my phone, open the app store. I need a place to meet and think. Found a brand new app called Wink and Drink. Yeah, it's Wink and Drink. Hey, it's Wink and Drink. Come on, it's Wink and Drink, a brand new app where people meet. Come on, it's Wink and Drink. Hey, it's Wink and Drink. It's Wink and Drink, a brand new app where people meet.
Now tell me that wasn't hot, Rachel.
All right.
Tell me that wasn't hot. Was that hot?
Oh, that's gonna be my new ringtone.
See, that was fake right there. I saw the fake. Hey, let me ask you this quick question. How did y'all get that bun so tight?
Okay, that took time. I will give you that. It takes time. And not only that, if you don't do it right, you can actually get bumps and then like an infection and stuff.
For real?
Yeah, you learn real quick because if you don't, they cut it.
They will cut it if y'all don't get it right?
They cut it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, if you don't get it right, get it tight.
If the bun ain't tight and right, it's getting cut.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, I really, 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 really appreciate you guys, you know what I'm saying, for taking the time, you know what I'm saying, as your busy schedule. Thanks a lot. We'll definitely be in connection with you guys. Appreciate y'all the time. D, take those words. I'll make sure I'll send you I'll text you the numbers to David and them so they can talk to you, so you can kind of understand how to maneuver through this world right here that you're in right now. And I appreciate y'all. And God bless y'all. Who?
You too.
All
right, then. I'll talk to y'all later.
Enjoy your weekend.
All right, bro.
All right, now. Hey, everybody. Once again, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Quick special episode for the night. Tomorrow, hey, listen, I'm going to be live and remote tomorrow. Live and remote. We're going to be at a spa tomorrow. So, ladies, if you want to come through, you want to get that body right, if you just need to, you know what I'm saying, you know, get some of this carved up a little bit and get it right, you need, look at my post. You're going to see the address. I'll be there. We're doing big things. We're going to have everything set up. There's a giveaway. There's food. And we're talking about food now because we're over in the fancy area of Houston. So this ain't one of you ain't in no hood or nothing. This is the fancy area. So they doing mimosas and all this stuff. They got so many people in town that flew in for this thing right here. So it's really going to be a great event. So make sure y'all Y'all support tomorrow is from 12 to 3. I'll be there hosting it live and remote. I'll be talking to a bunch of business owners. So just come on in, enjoy yourself. We're gonna have that 1186 popping. We're gonna have that Jaw Juice popping, and we're gonna have a great time. So I appreciate you guys, and God bless y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. live and remote. So bless the tour. That's what it's gonna be.
It's the king of love track, baby. Take,
Yeah, we
everybody take, come on, take, everybody take, you got to speak to me, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Give you a jab to the nose and make you say what's up. I'm in the club, nigga, tuck with the long barrel. When the music stops having singing, not Christmas carols. People hate me, man, I really do know why. They see the wings on my back and they know I'm gon' fly. So what the fuck's supposed to do? Just try to please people. Got my MBK crew family and I don't big people. Remember, used to put newspaper in my tennis shoes. Used to walk around in them tennis, the mini shoes. For party nigga, I was too thugged out for that. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be a rat. But niggas told on me, nigga, they got it in return. Now ain't they mama's living room in a nice urn. Fuck you, your whole crew, bitch, cause you gon' get caught. Blow your brains out in your lap, now hold that thought. Motherfucker, stop pretending nothing new ever. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever.
You have a great time tomorrow.
I hate you, nigga, but I'm still with G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop killing. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, I hate me, nigga, but I'm still with G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop killing. This is just for my killers who just straight up murder. Leave you in the sewer dead just like a nigga turd. I got connects with the real fucking black mob. And I'm trying to get it right for my man God. So anytime I don't believe me, that is no problem. Niggas will torture your ass, you wish they fucking Bobby. Menace to society, that's my favorite one. Desert Eagle 50 caliber, that's my favorite gun. My nature gunning, yes I'm gunning for the fucking dome. You the homie kid cause you always running fucking home. MBK got a boy, your house will clap it up. I run my mouth like a big booty bitch, I can back it up. Try niggas on pickups just like they did in Jasper. Keep fucking around, your new friend is gonna be Casper. You gon' be in the casket, people trying to coffin on you. But so many hoes ain't taking can play golf for them. Motherfuckers stop pretending of a new ever. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, I hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, I hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop beginning. Fuck that shit, bro, I'm tired of being nice. White shit in your head, this mic is not a fucking lice. I keep the termites fed like a pistol, stay with some lead. Like Marita, dog, stay with some bread. I lived in the trailer, not no projects. It's still good, but you couldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Tell out my snitches, they had 2 fucking moms. Niggas tell on me, goddamn, they drop the fucking down. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch, young ready strap, but they don't fucking understand to get the bitch to that head, that gun clap. Niggas stop beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, I hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, I hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop beginning.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all been staying on for the song. That must mean y'all like the song over there. Hey, make sure you go download that Drink app. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hey, Daonte is the great brother. And this is what happens. And just reality TV. Sometimes they try to paint people to be a certain way. But my thing is that can be damaging in a lot of ways to the point where that person can't come back from it. So my thing is I always want to create that outlet as well to make sure that, one, people are not looked at the same way that they're painted through editing, and that they have the opportunity to talk about themselves so you can really see what type of individual he is. I think the young man is a great young man. I think that, like anybody, you go through life and you're through your cycles and stuff like that. But if you can look at his story, you can see that, one, he's always been a carer. He always felt that, one, he could help somebody, and I don't see this guy doing anything really wrong to anybody. at all. He just, sometimes they call it being a good guy. And I think a lot of times people that be good guys, they get a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's fair in a lot of cases. So think about that. So if you see somebody out there that they're a good person, they're a good guy, hey, talk to them, bring them in, because one, they probably went through a lot of things or went through some things in their life, and fitting in is just one of the things they don't really like to do from a social aspect. So, when you see somebody and you look like, they may need somebody to talk to, just go over and talk to them. Many times if I go to a restaurant, I see somebody just sitting by themselves, I go over there and just, hey, Adam, can I sit with you? Because you never know, that person may not have anybody that talks to them in their life period. So, hey, God bless you guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I say peace with it.